now, the coronavirus response. Governor Whitmer testifying on Michigan's response to COVID-19. Now at noon, what we are hearing from her. And that remote hearing in front of a congressional subcommittee tops our news this noon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rhonda Walker. The focus is on Michigan's response to COVID-19 and what our state and other states need from Washington. That hearing started at 11:30 this morning. So not long ago, Grant Herms has been monitoring it for us. And Grant, bring us up to speed on what you've heard so far.
Well, Rhonda, the governor has yet to speak, but did release her written testimony earlier today. And throughout her testimony, we expect to hear her go back and forth between praising state agencies and federal agencies like FEMA and the National Guard workers who were testing people here in Michigan, and also criticizing the broader federal government's response to this crisis. Now, this is some live video here from that virtual hearing. Whitmer will be joined by Democratic Governor Polis of Colorado and Governor Hutchinson from Arkansas, who is a Republican. In her testimony, Whitmer will walk through the state's struggle to fight the novel coronavirus and the economic fallout from the pandemic. She'll begin by explaining the state's issues with getting personal protective equipment, particularly confusion on how to get that PPE into hospitals, into the hands of doctors before getting some conflicting direction from the federal government. Now, she does thank at one point certain agencies, like I said, like FEMA and the National Guard, who help get supplies into the state. She's also calling on Congress to ease up on restrictions in the Federal CARES Act to allow states to use federal funds to help prop up state budgets. She spoke about those issues in Michigan in her press conference last week.
Congress needs to come together soon so that Michigan and every state across our country can account for the COVID impact to our existing budgets. Neither the virus nor the economic distress stops at state line or party line. We need our partners on both sides of the aisle in Washington to come together and pass a plan to aid states in our recovery.
I believe you just saw Representative Debbie Dingell there introducing the governor, who's just about to speak here. Now, it's no secret that Governor Whitmer and the president have been at odds during this pandemic. The president more than once criticizing her stay-at-home order, calling to liberate Michigan at one point just for those protests up in Lansing. Coming up this evening at 5 o'clock, we'll have a full report on what she has to say, including how the pandemic has been affecting communities of color, which has been the backdrop in all that unrest we saw over the weekend. In Detroit, Grant Herms, Local 4.